Oh, hi people, how's it going? Jam.thebam back again, and we've hit a milestone. It doesn't seem that big in the grand scale of things, but we've hit 600 subscribers. In the YouTube realm of things, it's not very much, but in my content and my sort of niche, it is coming along quite good, to be fair. I couldn't be happier with the progress that we're making on this channel. One of the subscribers said to me that he visited Koh Kood because he'd saw my content, which is actually didn't think this content would ever give any sort of value or meaning to anybody. As I always say, we're not here to learn things. I just film me, my life, and what I see for the first time when I'm in Thailand. I get good comments, bad comments, from lots of different people. And I don't know, and I have to say this. I say this quite a lot. Like, I'm a seafarer. I spend up to like 9 weeks at sea sometimes with like 12 a crew. So anything you say to me on YouTube is not going to really affect me in any sort of bloody way, because you have to have thick skin to be a seafarer. I work a deck with the lads that are always taking the piss out of each other all the time and that. It's a perfectly normal thing for me. You know what I mean? To hear bad words when you fall out with crew members, or it's perfectly normal to me. So I'd literally not care what you say. That's 100% right. So I've done some condo vlogs. I've done all sorts of things. I stay here in the Park Lane condo, and I couldn't be happier with this place. This place is actually quite good, to be fair. It's a bit dated. Some of the fittings are non properly and that, but that doesn't bother me. I'm a kid from the 80s, man. You know what I mean? I was born in the 80s, so yeah, that kind of things, rising damp and all the rest of it. And like when you live in Scotland, it's just a perfectly normal thing to me, Some of the places we used to stay during the 90s and that, you wouldn't even believe it. So staying out here in Thailand for £185 a month with a swimming pool and a gym outside seems pretty damn good to me. I'm used to staying on board a vessel where cabins can be very small, and sometimes even some of these boats you have to share a cabin with somebody, you know what I mean, which is not ideal. Anyway, 600 subscribers. I couldn't be happier. Honestly, thank you guys so much for sticking around and supporting the channel and that. I didn't ever think it would ever give any sort of value to anybody, but obviously it is in a way, I suppose. I am going to be taking a little break from Thailand. This is probably going to be my last trip for a little while, because I want to set myself up here permanently, a permanent base. We're going to be building a room out in Saigal, and we're going to be taking a break from the cities. This is a what do you call it? A strategy, tactic, or planning for the future, planning for my retirement. So I have to keep going back to sea and working all the time. And no one enjoys going away for 9 weeks, believe me, no one does. But sometimes you've got to do these things to get ahead in life, you know what I mean? Where it's just constant work, 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 work. So that is my plan for when I get back to Scotland. I might be taking a little step back from the YouTube and thing. I don't know yet. I don't know. I struggle to find stuff and content in Scotland to record. Scotland's a beautiful country, right? You know what I mean? So I think maybe when I go back, there might be some sort of wild camping thing going on for a couple of months or something like that. But mainly I'll be there working. That's the joys of life, Nothing prepares you for the amount of bills that come afterwards. And if I'm trying to set up a room in Saigal and that's going to be about 200,000 baht, I reckon. So, the plan is I'll get Mimi's iPhone fixed because it has got a better camera. she will be sending me videos or updates and that. I will edit them and I will post them on YouTube, because it might be anywhere from 3 to 4 months before I'm even back in Thailand, folks, to be honest with you now. I don't want to go that long, but I can't be here in Thailand and renovate a room at the same time. It's just not possible, because I don't know how much this is actually going to cost me, actually, to be fair. We talked about it, looked at a few different houses, knockdown houses, rooms, all sorts of things we've been doing on this channel, people. And when I go back to Scotland, that's not going to be available for me. So I'm going to have to try and really think what I'm going to have to do with this channel when I go back to Scotland. I have got my drone, but here in Thailand I'm not being able to fly it because you have to register it and all that sort of jazz and bullshit. It's just not worth my time and hassle, to be fair, to try and go through all that process. I hate to book time slots of where I can fly and that. I haven't actually checked to see if I'm actually allowed to fly, if they've lifted the ban or not. I'm not sure, but they probably haven't. I believe it's 1,200 baht for a drone license here. I haven't really looked into it too much, like, people. But this is just sort of what's coming up in that. So I am going to Koh Kood. I will be vlogging there, maybe 2-3 vlogs. Maybe save up some of the things I film and put them onto my hard drive and then post them later. And then we're going to go to Koh Chang as well, which I'll probably do a couple of small vlogs there. And then again, save some of the filming and put it into my hard drive so I can do stuff when I'm in Scotland, rather than showing you stuff in Scotland, because stuff in Scotland to me, well, I would be there, would I? If there was decent content to make there, I'd be there, but no. When I see things for the first time, it's generally my reaction to things, you know. And that's generally how my vlogging goes. I don't run off any scripts here, people. I've tried. It doesn't work for my content. And we just literally keep everything as real as possible, people. You know what I mean? So anyway, guys, we're going Koh Kood and we're going to Koh Chang. We'll be renting motorbikes there. I believe the taxi, I think my friend said the taxi was like 4,000 baht. For the 4 of us to jump across to Koh Kood. So, you know, that's okay, I suppose. We're splitting that as 2,000 baht each, like, you know. But it's a 5-hour drive in a car, man. I'm not looking forward to that part, like, but that's going to be the next content coming out, people. And that probably will come out next week, Peace, love, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and have a good time.